Here. Here. All right. Come on. Yes, camera was running. Camera was running. Go get it, girl. Come on. Oh, that bird came right up on you. That's the second flush. There were two birds together. And I managed to get around this one. And he went straight away. Let's see if we can get this bird. Come on now, find the bird. She never saw it, got up. Got it, girl? Good girl. Come. Atta girl. Good dog. Hey, good girl. There we go. We'll take her. All right, first bird of the morning, and we actually found a young one. Have shot very few young grouse this year, but this is one. Terribly windy today. I actually walked the entire trail. I'm pretty sure we bumped a couple birds. I couldn't hear them flush. The dog got super hot, went with them, went off the trail. And then twice she actually stopped and stood and looked. So I'm sure the birds went. I just could not hear them in this wind. Didn't matter. I couldn't see the birds anyway in the thick stuff. But we just had a double flush back here. Flushed the first bird. I came up, got around. And then the second bird went between me and the dog and gave me a beautiful crossing shot, and I got it. Actually had the Tacticam on too, which has been kind of rare this year. I haven't had a ton of video of my shots this year. Had a guy ask this week, like, what are my tips for wind? It's going to be super windy today, and it is. It was at sunrise. It was windy. Honestly, these birds are going to be in the same woods, right? You might find them tucked onto the edge of a swamp or down in a low spot, but you find birds in those spots anyways every day. So really, I don't change my hunting tactics in this area of Minnesota. Birds are not migrating, right? And I've said this with the rain. I've said this with the snow. They'll flock up late season when the snow comes. But if it's raining, they're not going to jump up and fly 2 miles away and find shelter. Same thing if it's really windy. They're not gonna jump up and fly and find a big heavy swamp to hide in, right? If there's a big heavy swamp on their little home territory, they might go and tuck down in and get out of the wind and just sit. But they gotta feed. They're gonna come out and move in the mornings. They're gonna feed. They're gonna feed in the evenings. You just get out and hunt them. We are definitely at a disadvantage in the wind in that you're not hearing the flushes. And if you don't hear the bird get up, if you can't get up and get on it, and all of a sudden it comes across the trail, you're probably not going to get a shot. You're going to be behind it. But if you keep your dog close, really focus on keeping your dog close, focus on your dog. If those birds are getting up, 20 yards from you, you're going to hear them flush, and you're going to get an opportunity to get up and get on the bird, which is what we just did. So we're going to plug away at her here. We're off trail right now. We are not on any sort of a trail. We did hit the main leg of the trail to get back into this area, and like I said, hit scent in 2 different places, but we're going to focus on some off-trail stuff today, which we have been doing. I'm going to walk this down, and we're going to get to another real thick area that is down low, so who knows, maybe the birds are hunkered down out of the wind, but again, it's a spot I would hunt anyway. This is an area I've hunted, I think, twice now this year, so yeah, let's get after it. Got it! Yes! Second shot! Oh, I have the camera on again! All right! Find the bird! Come on! Atta girl, good dog! Come on, girl, good dog! Good girl! That's a girl! Oh, that's a beauty! Look at that, second bird of the morning is just a big, beautiful red. Oh, these birds are pretty. And we are, like I said, we're off trail. We're just kind of in a mess of stuff where Last year the paper company trimmed a bunch of this stuff, but we're right on the edge of the stuff that hasn't been trimmed. And man, it's windy. It's windy. And like I said, just get off, walk with your dog. The birds are not, like both birds I've shot have now been in the aspens. You don't have to go into the pines. You don't have to tuck back into the thick, nasty swamps. Birds are still going to be out feeding. They're still going to be out doing their thing, even on these days where it's incredibly windy. And this bird got up and gave me a beautiful crossing shot. And I kind of rushed it to try to get on him before he hit this thick stuff. And I was actually behind him. But then I got up and got right on him on the second shot. So yeah, another absolutely beautiful grouse. Oh, just a gorgeous, gorgeous mature red. Man. Boy, I went further in than I've ever gone before. I just kept finding some nice looking stuff and came out on the actual ATV trail. So I figured I'd walk it up because this particular spot looks really nice. But we're gonna head back. I have no idea how far I am from the truck. So I'm gonna run a track on my path back because I went through some really nice stuff. From the time I left the trail, I have flushed 4 or 5 birds. And I've got 2 of them. So I haven't fired shots at the other 2. Just barely saw the one and wasn't able to see the other one. So yeah, 4 flushes since I left the trail. So just food for thought, man. Get off that trail a little bit, start walking, start finding areas that look good. This area is not bad, but it's a little too mature. And the fact that it's an actual ATV trail is just not great. So yeah, all right, we're gonna get back off the woods. Boy, I was gonna say, sometimes when you're out just busting brush, you get an unexpected surprise. Look at this beautiful skitter trail through these aspens. Right, it ain't much of a trail as far as like a mowed trail, but you bet we're gonna walk it. She got bird number 3. There's that trail right there. We just cut off of it and she put one up. And you want to talk about beautiful shooting through this stuff. Man, come on girl, come. I assume she's got it. Come. 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 Come on girl, I hear ya, come on. Come. Good dog, come. Good dog, come. That a girl. Good dog. There we are. There we are. Bird number 3 of the day. Another juvenile, which is really good. I mean, like I said, I've shot almost all adult birds this year, but this morning we're 2 for 3 on some younger birds. So awesome. And just look at this beautiful cover. This is what you want, right? You literally cannot find better grouse cover than this right here. I'm gonna set this bird down. You know, we're talking aspens that are like the size of my wrist or smaller, you know, and it's all that way. And then you look at the brush that's mixed in with this stuff. It's thick, it's nasty, but when those birds get up in the air, you got good shooting in this type of stuff. Key in on this stuff, get off the trail, explore a little bit. Where I'm standing right now, I've never been here before, ever. You know, I live up here, I hunt the same areas, but as areas mature, I find better areas to hunt. The main trail, too mature. But when I walk it, I'm still picking up a few birds off it, and then I get off the trail and I'm just all bushwhacking, right? Just exploring, right? Have some fun with it. Find these areas that are, you know, this young aspen with this brush. There's actually kind of the edge of a lower swamp back there. It's about as good as it gets, folks. All right, guys, well, end of the day with 3 birds. Walked a fair amount today, man. I probably put close to 6 miles on just walking. Hit trails, hit some off-trail stuff. And I will tell you, the off trail again was where almost all my birds came. I walked that entire trail this morning. It's got a couple legs off of it, and then I get off trail. And dog got really birdy twice, and I'm pretty sure she flushed birds, and I just couldn't hear them on the trail. But then we got off the trail, picked up 3 birds just walking strictly off trail stuff. I got to the back of and I've never been that far in before. I've never hit some of that stuff. I hit some of it last year, and I just kept going with it today, and ended up coming out on an ATV trail. And I hit my tracker on the way back, and I was 2.4 miles from my truck when I walked back. So we put some miles on the boots today, because that doesn't even count that other leg of the trail that I walk. And then I walked 2 more spots after that were just short. So honestly, yeah, it was probably over 6 miles, maybe 6.5 miles that we put on today. Flushed around 10. Man, only flushed 1 woodcock, which is really unusual for this time of the year. I don't know if it's because we are so dry. The ground is rock hard. But I'm guessing it more has to do with the weather, where it was 80s the first 3 weeks of season, and even now it's cooler today. It's like 65, but we were only 47 this morning. We did finally have 1 good hard frost. It was 30 degrees overnight on Thursday night. And we froze everything, but that's it. 1 day of northwest winds and a good frost, and everything went straight back to south winds. So we're just not bringing the woodcock down, is my guess. I think if we can actually get a cold snap and actually get some north winds, I would hope the woodcock are going to start showing up, because it's October, I think it's October 5th today, and that is just very unusual for us not to be seeing woodcock. So anyways, 3 birds for the day. Probably hit her tomorrow morning, go walk some different spots tomorrow morning, and see what we can find.